What's going on, YouTube fans? Sinister V. I'm in the garage. It's in the morning. Today we're going to tackle something I'm hoping to give you the best DIY possible because we're lacking certain DIYs when it comes to the Gen2 R8. One of them in particular, y'all showing the install of your new side blades, but you're not showing how to take the old one off. I don't understand it. If it's that easy, show the process. We love that you got your new GT4 style LMS blades on, but how'd you take the old blade off? For me, I want to show this video to y'all because like you, I'm an enthusiast. I want these off. They're going to go to sell to a customer who already said he wanted them. I have a set of GT4 LMS side blades that are inbound. They're not even here yet. They're inbound. But I trust the process. I know they're going to fit. They're coming in from Max Performance. So reputable company and fitment I know will be on point. So let's get started. So we're going to start by removing this piece here. This is basically a cover. Once I get all this, it should expose at least some of the inside of this area here. And that's what we really want to do, is we want to get on the inside of this, because just from looking at some videos and how these are actually mounted, there's a bolt here, here, down here, and then another bolt down there. Might need to access the fender well by taking the liner off to get to the bolt here, but we'll see. We'll see how everything is positioned. But for now, we'll use this. I've got some plastic trim tools here, and we will try to pop this piece off. All right, as you can see, I actually had to take this piece out, the door sill, and then I took out the trim piece for the upper side blade here, which has a mount point in there, where that other piece rests on the inside of here. And the rest are just clips. I worked my way up here a little bit, and now you saw me, I worked my tool down in the corner to lift this up. I lifted it around the side, and then I lifted it around the corner on the back side here. And once I got the whole side, bottom, and inside of this piece out, and working the upper part of this piece to push it out this way, I was able to just wiggle without, creating too much force, but just pull up, wiggle, and pull out. And I was able to get all these undone, and the whole piece just came out. So as you can see here, this is a bracket that goes to this up here. It looks like it's kind of blocking this guy here. This overlaps that a little bit. So I do see a bolt here. This might be for the actual side blade itself as well. I don't see anything else on the inside here other than this bolt. However, there's a hole right here. And this hole is too dark. Let's see. I'm trying to get my light in there for that. Here we go. Oh, yeah. There's a bolt in there. There it is. See that bolt? Looks like to be about a T30. So for right now, we will work on getting that bolt here. These are like T30s. There's a T30 here. There's actually a T30 down there. So 1, 2, and the T30 that's in this hole right there. I will start unfastening those and see where that gets us. I might even want to take this bracket out here. This bracket has, looks like 2 T25s here, or 2 T20s, and then a T30 up there. So yeah, let's work on doing that right now. We're moving this bracket here, and then we'll work on that bolt, and the one guy in this hole right here. All right, now that the bolts have been removed, I don't necessarily think this bottom T30 had to come out, but I did take out this T30. We did take out this bracket right here, which I think was actually what we really needed to take out, because as you can see, there is this yellow piece is like a bracket holding the side blade on. So I did take out and loosen the bolt in there. He's in there. This piece is loose now. And then this black cover that was right here, now that this black cover is off, when I look into this hole, if you can see him right there, see a little guy down there? Yeah, that is actually a bracket on the side blade. Looks like that's one of the upper pieces there. So I will be loosening that as well. That looks to be a T25. So let me get that guy off. And I'm trying to look inside of here and I don't really see much else going on. Can't really see inside of that and what else is going on. But let's investigate, see what else we got. As you can see, I did remove the top bolt on the inside of there. And as you can see, this top piece is now loose. So we are making progress. We like that, right? So trying to see inside of here, I do notice on some of the videos, there is a bolt back in there. I do think this is going to require possibly removing the fender liner. Let me see if I get this back in there really, really far. I think I can see it. I think I can see it. Another bolt that needs to come out. Only way to tell is to jack it up and see. Even though we're jacked up on the ground here, it looks like once the car is up, all we need to do is take out these rubber grommets. There's one here, and there's one right here. And then I guess when we look inside the hole, there should be a bolt or something. I don't know how deep I need to get in there. So yes, on the inside, get the angle right. That bolt right there. That is the bolt that holds in the side blade once you get this off. It's a pain in the ass. So that was a 10mm on there, and still loose. It's loose. We know that's the right one. My only problem with the bottom one here is, going from the bottom, I'm still screwing it. So it is a 10mm. I have a 10mm here. Chose to use this so I can get to it at different angles. I had to catch it first with one of my, had to get it at an angle, kind of like that. And once I was able to break it, then you can just go in straight at an angle. And then I'm just turning it to get it loose. But you have to have light in that hole because it's so far up in this hole. It's probably at least this far up in that hole. So I need to have light to guide me. Again, pain in the ass. All right, I finally got these two guys out. It is exactly as mentioned. We want to take these plugs out on both sides. And then once we get those plugs out, that bolt is here, and then there's a bolt back here. And this is what mine look like. I don't know if these are OEM or not. Like there's some thread lock on the top. And I use this little guy here. Long extension, and it's 10mm on the end of this. Because this last one here is a little offset, so I can't stick it straight up. I need a little bit of angle in the end to wiggle, and then I was able to get it. So now the top's off, this is off, and then this guy's off. I don't think this corner one needs to come out. So let's see. All right. Let's see. Boom. Got it out. So now we know. Put this away and we'll take a look. All right. Now that it is off, now we can see that when we came up through the holes on the bottom, we have this hole here, and then we have this hole here. This back here that I can see through the fender well doesn't need to get access unless I need to take that off, which I don't think I need to. Well, here's this screw that I got off here. That was the Torx that I got through that angle there. So that's what that looks like. That's what it looks like off. We will have to see what's going to happen when I get the actual GT4 LMS blades, but I will have a video that will show how to install those. Now that I came back over here to the workbench where I've laid the OEM blade down, and I'm going to flip it over so that we can just check out the mount points here. And as you can see, there's the mount point for the front, and then here is the rear mount point. They are aluminum pieces that are threaded. So we knew the bolt came up in that way. Same thing for the one in the rear. And then this top piece here had that plastic trim piece covering it. Actually, it was not covered. This was the T30 Torq that we just unscrewed. So those are the 3 mount points for the blade. There's not 4 mount points. That 1 mount point we didn't have to mess with. So as long as you can get the panel piece to the door off, it's this top piece. Then on the bottom, take those 2 rubber plugs out that are on the side rocker, lower rocker panel, and then it's 10mm for this guy and that guy, and then it pops right out. So now that I got the driver's side all done, let's get over to the passenger side. Oh, now we're over here on the other side of the R8. We're gonna go ahead and start doing the passenger side. And if we recall again, what we needed to do, just to do a quick recap, is this panel right here needs to come off. This panel does protrude all the way down past this. So you wanna pull and pry out this way. You cannot because of the lip on the actual door sill. So the door sill just pops right up. Go ahead and get a trim tool. Get the trim tool up underneath of the panel here. Pull that up all the way down to pull it out. Once it's pulled out, you can kind of move it out of the way. Then we want to pry this all the way up so we get to the top. There's also a trim piece in here that comes out as well. Pull that out. This whole thing pulls out. That will expose this whole yellow piece. Once the yellow piece is out, we then have access to get to the top nut from here. That's a T30 Torq. And then again, there's the 2 plugs on the bottom of the rockers. Mine were 10mm. Get this one out, and then your carbon side blade comes directly out. So the part I missed on that other side was, I said take this out here, but it's really this bracket here. It's the black bracket with the T30, the T225 that gains you access to the top bolt for this. Because the lighting wasn't that great on the other side, I also wanted to make sure I'm running 2 jacks to do this. I'm doing 2 jacks because the first bolt, that first plug is here. Once you get that one out, you move to the back. It's directly above here. This one also has the deepest channel. So something this long is almost required, and you're not gonna get it with the jack in the way. So at least with the 2-jack system, once I get the first one out, when I move to the second one, I can actually jack this one up higher, and I will release this one. And I typically bring like a jack stand to prop up in its place. So, day 2, guys. I called it quits yesterday. I could not get this side out. Now that I'm taking a look at it, it did snap the bracket, broke right here. Might be able to glue that back on. But as you can see, this is the piece that is normally inside the bracket. You can still see the tip of the bolt right there. This whole thing spun the whole time. With that spinning, there was no way I would get it out. So I think from the torque of the spinning, because I got it on my drill, the plastic just got brittle and broke. So now I'm going to have to, what I'm going to do is probably put this nut on the bottom of here is a 17 millimeter. So now I'm going to have to hold this and then get it from the bottom with the drill to free that, to get that out and see what it looks like. Everything else, though, came off, but this is the only bracket that broke, unfortunately. All right, I got it out. What was happening is this piece here on the end, which I believe is a 17 mil, you can unscrew this piece. Kind of like on this one. See how? For some reason, this was the only thing spinning. And once it got tight, this whole assembly spun. So I had to get a pair of pliers on it. And then finally got it out. So we know it sits right there still. And I have the piece right here. And I'm just gonna JB weld it in place. All right, this piece is in, it is JB welded. You can see I got JB weld all the way around. I even got JB weld on the inside of it. So we will just let this baby sit and let it cure. But the bracket is in place. Well, Sinister V fam, that concludes my video of showing you how to remove the side lower carbon blades on your Gen 2 Audi R8. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. If it wasn't, I know you still learned something. Do not make the same mistakes that I made, but you can now DIY this. Good luck. Link and subscribe.